Hello, everyone. My name is Sequita Brown, and I'm making this video to ask anyone who may see this if they were in prison in Mississippi with a Keith Bogan. Keith was doing 30 years in Mississippi Parchman's Penitentiary, the DOC, Department of Corrections. He went to jail. He started doing his prison time in 1991. Me and him have known each other since I was 13. He was 14. We met in Phoenix, Arizona in 1979. Then, after he did a 7-year stint, he moved to Milwaukee to be with his mother, Betty Sue Ross. And he, what is the word I'm looking for? He was guilty of armed robbery at a Mississippi bank. The judge gave him 30 years. We got back in contact in 2015 after I found out that he was in jail during that time. I was angry, I was hurt, I was upset. His number in the prison was 76560. He was in Parchman's Mississippi prison, solitary, I guess you call it, the hole, from the time that we got back in contact, because I knew where he was, and I received a letter from him, which I have proof of, in 1999. I'm doing this because he died in prison in Mississippi, July the 10th, 2019. We have not heard anything. I was his emergency contact because his mother, Betty Sue Ross, had passed in 1996, the first 5 years of his 30-year sentence. I stopped talking to him in 99 because I was angry. I was hurt that he put himself back in prison. I have a letter to prove that he wrote me. It's dated for 1999. I was living where I live in Long Beach, California. I was living on Olive. I've then since moved. And I've always kept in touch with him that way, through letters. Then in 2015, I wrote him a letter. We corresponded on cell phones, video. I have pictures to show how the prison that he was living in was disgusting. The food that he ate, it was appalling. I seen with my own eyes. And he had one kidney. He had lost a kidney in jail. And I was his emergency contact. No one contacted me. No one contacted my family. No letter came in the mail stating that he passed away. I spoke to him the last time was January 19th, 2019. He was moved January 23rd. My assumption would have been out of the hole into general population, or they may have moved him to another prison, but I have the information on that. So he had already been gone a year and like 6 months. And the hurting part about it is, not only did I not get a phone call or anything, but I don't even know where his body is. He has family. He has a son. He has 2 sons. My oldest son, Jermaine, and he has a son named Sam. And also, I'm going to just say this. He considered all of my children his. I have three. And I lived in Arizona when he did his first 7 years. I moved out there to be with him by his side, but things didn't work out the way we hoped. So I moved back to California. When he got out, he moved to Milwaukee with his mom. But we kept in contact all through the time. We never lost contact with one another. He called me directly, letting me know when he went to jail. Throughout the years, he would write me letters. I would write him letters. I have the letters from 2015 on my computer. I have his social security number. He gave it to me himself. I have his birth date. I've known him since he was 14. We were each other's first love. And he has a son, but it's like it seems as though he never really got to live his life as a free man because of the 30 years. And I want him found. I want his body. I want him to be with his family. He has sisters, brothers that live in Phoenix, Arizona, that didn't even know he was in prison. But we all connected once me and him started back talking in 2015. This goes out to Mississippi. This goes out to Parchman State Prison. This goes out to Attorney General Lynn Fitch. I'm sorry. Jermaine, Shaki, Shadacy, Sam, his sister Cassandra, his brother Sean, his nieces and nephews from Sean and Cassandra. He has family. He has an aunt in Flagstaff, Arizona. And once me and him got back in contact in 2015, I helped him get back in contact with all of his family. We don't know what his property went, what happened to him. And we know that Jay-Z and a lawyer was going after the Mississippi prisons, Parchman to be exact. I lost a loved one. I lost someone I truly love very much. He was talking of going to school and working for trucking. He wanted to do long haul trucking. He wanted to have a food truck because he knew how to cook. He was a very good cook. And he had plans on living. His words to me was distinctly, soon as I get out of prison, I'm hopping the first thing smoking out of Mississippi. This is cruel and unusual punishment we're going through as prisoners. And he had no connection with Mississippi except for that 30 years. He almost was out of there. I want to know, his family wants to know, everyone wants to know what happened to Keith Andre Bogan in Parchman prison in Mississippi, in the Mississippi DOC. What happened to our loved one? We want to know, and we're not going to stop until we find out what happened to Keith Andre Bogan, number 76560.